So, moving on to North Division 2. North Division 2 is kind of the most even of all the divisions, boys or girls. This is wide open. For years, back almost as long as you can remember, it's kind of been an Arlington, New Mission, and Brighton kind of sort of thing, where one of those teams always seemed to be strong, and if not all three, and they were kind of taking turns at being dominant in the regular season and the postseason. But they're gone. Arlington didn't make the tournament. New Mission's in the South, and Brighton also did not qualify. And so they're wide open. Beverly at the top spot, 18-2. They're strong. They've had a real successful season, and they're going to be a handful. But this isn't a Lynn English, right? There doesn't seem to be a big gap there. You look and you see, this is the Middlesex League right here. You look, you see Winchester, Burlington, Wakefield, Melrose, Belmont, right? This is the meat, the iron of the Middlesex League, and you can make a case for any one of those teams for kind of how they're playing. Winchester's as hot as any team in the state right now. I believe they won 9 in a row. They've looked really strong. They're kind of really, we've seen them obviously more than any other team this year. They're ready to go. Burlington has been an absolute revelation this year. They bomb away from the outside. They're disciplined. They're a well coached team. Wakefield was as hot as Winchester before Winchester kind of took the wind out of their sails. Belmont's the sleeper. Belmont's the team that talent wise you have to look at Belmont and you say, okay, Belmont's ready to go. Belmont's got the experience. And they've also had a very challenging schedule. They played, we saw them at the Comcast tournament. They've really played a very challenging schedule. So that also can be a double-edged sword, right? When we saw them at the Comcast tournament, they looked a little bit worn out to me. They looked like they had been, through the ringer. They'd taken a lot of heavy punches from some really good teams, and they didn't finish well down the stretch against a really good Andover team, but that's two sides of that coin. The other side is maybe they looked a little bit worn, but if they get a little bit of momentum, 1 or 2 wins in this tournament, they're a team that is not going to feel pressure. They're not going to be inexperienced when the game's on the line. They're going to be ready to go. They're well coached. And so they're kind of the enigma team, right? If they're confident when they're firing away from the outside, look out! There's nobody in Division 2 that's going to beat them. Beverly, as I mentioned, was strong. The hot opening game, Middlesex Catholic, Malden Catholic. Melrose travels to Malden Catholic. Melrose is an interesting team. Melrose is as talented as any team in Division 2 that I saw this year. Their big man is outstanding. They've got shooters with size. Their guards are big and strong. They're well coached, but they went through a real bumpy stretch there for a while, and they ended up. At one time, it looked like they were going to get a home. They were try to get a home game, but it didn't work out. They finished with the 9 seed, and they got to travel to Arlington, the Malden Catholic. Now, if they can survive Malden Catholic, really good Malden Catholic, strong Malden Catholic team, look out. But, you win the tournament, you got to win. You got to win to advance. So, then when you look at the